The Compound Organe, it's a homage to Steve Biko, who's a great South African political fighter. Was killed in the apartheid regime. My arcane goes back to even the French Revolution. At any rate, it's in 3 sections. The Compound Arcane, homage to Steve Biko. 1. Outside you're in, urina, the alphabets floating in the cells with blood and sundown moonlight, the alchemy. Money is piss, she said, diving, a fish from where the Avon meets the Frome. And I couldn't know then, the philosopher's stone then, the golden flower that blossomed from the muscle of the Buddha grin, being neither rich nor poor then, but hard, but packed with the stink of, what was it, black? Years of the vibed, the pigmented of love with malice a wire thought, necrocomically seanced to others suffering from the same tincture of aquastric Iliasta in the land of Pagoyim Nymphidida, the etherography of the dance of little leather and mercurissima, skirt and thongs, while the John Doe in the street cafe down here reads that you, that is I, fuck the dead whore Lenin. And up there, behind the adored face where lines of grass and meadowlands extended from bar to bars, an elite guard in one or the other prison we've been given to sky by, a brown shirt with all the suntan of Hollywood government in his cheeks, is opening his fly and pissing into a stainless head. Oh, the yen, oh, the buck, oh, the pound of golden Jefferson and or Mussolini at my nape. Oh, graffiti of the castrate circumcised, the eunuch of Jemen, cockalembic comedies between systole, diastole, for which guillotine, not to be outwitted, ascended the grades of the rose, singing, Je suis une machine, tra la 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 la, qui met les têtes à bas, after Duchanteau had lived 42 days on his own urine to attain the Aurelian of enlightenment in the revolution blew, as the revolution blew through the flasks with the waters we are around, skin of animal magnetic air, vessels held up, victims, cons, to and by the light of each other's ahoys, all nailed to the yellow tree, inflammations of the leaflet, broadside of the alley smack poem, the shriveled debop, all octo-rune stones in the bladder of wine, blathering of Anna, the Countess of Cinchona, oh, Diallo, Diallo, Dialla gal, who went up too, who went all the way up stars, too, who is Icona, with a nimbus of early evening, who is umbra glow from epicenters of bionic cells, who knows the white meat, knows the black of this turkey cakewalk, a shadowback minstrelsy, who is Gaucho smile and low-down glue. O sad, O disard, O S/D of this Marinal Svetlaya, yellow in an age of biology amok, with scum, albumin, and sunlight in a corpuscle of water mixing with the jism of a dime, ochre elegance of the ghost wan cocaine of remembered connections, the beer-stained collage in the cool rock of electric idea then, now this discipline scented in Undine, by the stroke of ink, subliminal of creaks and cicatrices, of wounds leaking from other thighs, telepathic schemes, instrumental strings, threads of the monocordium sewn through a city, drawn as it were together in a gutterscape of fluidium red rivers, choired to a stencil of sky to be filled in with a revolution by the stroke of my poor and deep Chernila. A blood-warm leonine stillness passing like an unseen flare through the streets, as if I were celebrating the constant arrow of a name, sacrificial of its opposite, torrenting the air this way and that, flaming masculine, feminine, and now were pouring threnody into my ears from both sides of this viled and tacitly putrefic world, as if my father were running naked and barefoot through fields of protest, and were my son in a horse-high denture of whinnying laughter, and both were that reincarnate, leaping from death to death, raising villages like Braille to the fingers of earshot, bounding out of martyrdom aflame, with eyes and gums ablaze with uproarious hell, leapfrogging the foreskins of shanties, landing in the center of the circle naked, with victorious arms crying, "No clan! Africa proletarian! Brothers!" And the moon breaks song out of prisons crusted with lies, and negritude floats like the melodious neck of the giraffe, rippling with distance and future. The bonfires along the beaches of lovers' thighs are Leopold's and Aimé's and René's words, manifest in the metagalactic dark, and the drumbeat of Cuba dints with cobalt along the bracelets of natal waves, while Fut Blanc break their teeth on a Soviet diamond sutra. The lakes you carry in your breasts, your whirlpool belly, your thigh spume superscripted in clear foam, tides of your underwing of hemp and a hoving to my arms, O dinghy of a footbridge of glowing teeth, reading amnesty from left to right and right to left, the palindrome of Pretoria, the Izobongo Biko, the rage unchained and suicided, reborn and surfacing with hope, at the scuttle of brutality, jettison of an assemblage of ravaged world come together to be a path between miseries, Weldon and Hart and deep Ceylon, as well as newsprint hundreds of the Golden Leap. These also calm the screes of blood, sail to and fro between the Bohemian gay and Black Majesty's world of New Africa. 3. Black West spirit is silk synchronist, where laughter reddens without even the need to laugh. Black of proletarian style, black of a line drawn round the belly of the world, where even the wildebeest, the brindled gnu, bows to the bowing Bantu in an equality of rhythm, and the biltong strips of venison drying in the apartheid sun quiver and wriggle so that the downtown meat of the belly of the secretary in Pretoria tastes the nausea of Amsterdam, the sickening nausea of hookers floating on a barge armed with vibrators, while diamonds are flaying the flesh of workers with the speed of a telephone call from Rockefeller, New York, and 3 or 4 tons of rock castrate the back of brother en route to the frisking of his eyes, the panning of his mug, the hosing down of his protest to extract an ounce of gold. O miserable, piss-poor oil of rancid imperialism, making our women rush with roses. O mouths of the love of Africa, putrefying to stink a system out, to raise the primal sperm to revolutionary instinct, even for a season, even for an instant of that season, to clear the carcass quick with flies and fill the dungo with Limpopo overflow, to break the knob kerry as the Anglo at the Anglo of its cudgel hypocrisy, and circumcise the Rondowell with the bite of lips etched with the name of Lumumba, and the uranium that the diamond masks with the atomic weight of boxers who wear no mitts, nor move a muscle in violence, the uranium that looks out of the bloody pupils of the eyes and fills the whole body of the tribes with solar stakes in the alchemy of our moment. Strike, peasants, strike! Strike for the horizon of the eyelash unchained, for the energy that brings the pedagogy of Jingo to its knees. Strike for the intimity heart of the great fish and the orange of real poetry and the Val and the Sunday. Strike for the brandywine gush of polity from the neck of the Herzog Tower, for Tolson's Future Afrique and biceps quicksilver in the ode of shaman tongues. Clear now, socially realistic, no longer hermetic, manifest destinies of sound, no longer colonial, equal with the starry grime of this body of a working world in love with and in hatred of choice, the last hatred, the one without a crown or a master in proletarian time, where Stephen is, where Stephen always was, where Stephen will be, what there is to be done around the cape of shouldered new horizons, for though these compound vessels floating with consciousness to the dawn. Marco, ti sei pazzo.